Sometimes we tell stories and then people interpret them how they want to.
So how do we know that Lauryn Hill is not Hand That Rocks the Cradle and telling the story the way she wants to tell the story? I mean, she's not the most stable person in the world.
Well, look,
I'm bad with time, but she has no clock ever.
I'm gonna chalk it up to them being young.
Yeah,
and
I'm so pro Lauryn Hill.
He Rick Roster. How about that?
Okay, I get that. Yeah. But that happens in this business.
Yes, it does.
Diana Ross, Diana Ross,
yes.
having to every like Tina Turner. That happens.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And I think with her being so young and being so green, that she was looking for something that wasn't there. So we'll put it at that.
Yeah.
But
you're going to see her. Are you going to go see her? You're going to go see her perform? She got a tour coming up.
I don't want to be sitting for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
I'll stay with the Miseducation, and I'll keep
Listen at home.
that because that is a classic album.
It is.
But whatever she's doing now, I'll catch it on the reruns.
Well,
Thank you for your contribution, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
You'll always have that place in my heart, but you can miss me.
Miss me with the lateness.
Speaking of relationships, that's a perfect segue.
I agree.
To the reason why I'm here.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
Okay.
So this was the most interesting way to start the segment off. Yours truly, Dobby K, in here, Radio on Fire Studios, Baltimore, Maryland. Let your voice be heard at the 2017 Baltimore Music Awards. Nominations are now underway for the 7th annual Red Carpet event. All Baltimore artists, DJs, radio shows, and radio stations are eligible. Visit BaltimoreMusicAwards.com and enter your choices before October the 9th. The 3 nominees with the most nominations will move on to the next round. Finalists in every category will be announced Wednesday, October the 11th on the Diamond K Morning Show and also at BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. So I have a special guest in the building. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is LatimaNicole. I am an author.
Okay.
Former radio personality. I did internet radio for years. I'm new to Baltimore. Shout out Charm City, but I am a New York girl.
I hear it.
Yes, of course, because I say New York.
Yes, and also the diehard Lauryn Hill-ness. And I heard it.
From Jersey,
yeah, of course.
So,
same difference. Same difference. As is my niece is somewhat from Jersey by way of her father.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, so,
okay.
I am an author. I do have a publishing company. I edit. I help up-and-coming authors, try to hone their craft. I have a background in media. Like I said, I did internet radio for a number of years. Shout out to Easy Radio and my fly girls, Z and Remy. We held it down for a number of years. That show was very successful.
Not Remy Ma. No. Okay, don't try. Yeah.
Miss Reminisce.
No shot. No Remy shots.
But Remy is from New York.
I know.
We gotta give it to my girl Remy.
Well, we can't shout out Remy without shouting out Nikki. But okay, go ahead. Let's go.
We can shout Remy and Papoose. How about that?
Okay.
Black love.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So
I agree with you there.
So I wrote this book. How about that?
So has it been a journey writing this book?
7 years in the making.
Okay.
Yes, it took me 7 years to write this book. And
you took your time.
The reason why is because I didn't want to write it. I started off just putting some stuff down on paper. And, I've always
just jotting notes down.
Right. I've always been a writer. That's how I express myself. So I have tons of journals and things like that. And I was writing just, observing things that were going on around me. And, I had put it in fictional form. And I sent it to one of my girlfriends. I said, hey, take a look at this. And she read it and she was like, well, where's the rest of it? I said,
so how much of it did she read when she said that?
About a chapter's worth.
Okay.
Well, I said, there is no rest of it. That's just it. She was like, no, I want more. So I started writing. I sent her 2 more chapters. So then we, we were somewhere and, we were having drinks and she's like, all right, everybody, I just have to say one thing. And we all looked at her. And she was like, Tima, if you don't write that goddamn book. So I was like, okay. I have to write it. So I wrote it and I published it myself. And it was a lot of things that I didn't know going in.
Okay.
So things that I learned, once people know that you have written a book, of course they have questions. So I'm like,
questions as far as the process,
the process. Yeah. How did you publish? Where did you go? Because everyone talks about the cover. The cover is very racy. Shout out to Taria Reed, who's an awesome graphic artist who did the cover. These are all of the things that you have to take care of when you're publishing on your own.
Right.
You don't have a publishing house that has in-house graphic artists. You don't have a publishing house that has in-house editors. And me being a writer and a journalist, I'm like, oh, I'm going to edit it myself. I can do that on my own. No, you can't. Because after a while, you're not reading what's on the page. You're
reading what's in your mind. Right.
So there were a lot of things that I did not catch. And I sent the book off to be published. And then once it was in book form and I'm reading it, I was mortified. Because, I'm a proud card-carrying member of the Grammar Police on Facebook. I don't have a problem correcting your posts.
So what is your biggest pet peeve in Facebook posts?
Don't even get me started. But it's the tenses.
Yeah.
And the proper use of words like your, and your.
Okay. Oh, so you're
two, and two.
You hit there.
Yes,
okay.
I'm like one of and the misspellings. I mean, guys, we have spell check now. And don't get me wrong, I get caught up sometimes because you're typing fast or whatever, and then you have the autocorrect and it tries to correct
yes.
it and you shoot it off. But I will go back and edit it.
After it's already
sent. I absolutely will. That's just my pet peeve, but yeah, so you need to have an editor, a copy editor, line editor to edit your book. You need to invest in an awesome cover because first impressions are very important, and I think a part of the buzz that came with my book was because of the cover.
Yeah.
So those are things that I learned going along the way. So when part 2 comes out, I'm working on it, guys. I am. Please stop hitting me up asking me when part 2 is coming. I'm working on it.
So
it's a process.
So the title of the book is When You Love Somebody.
Yes.
So I guess without giving away everything, I guess talk a little bit about the book.
Okay. Well, the title actually came from a song by Leela James called When You Love Somebody.
Okay.
And I was listening to that song and I was like, oh my gosh, sums up this book perfectly. Because the book is about a young lady who, by all intents and purposes, has got her life together. She's in her career. She's very successful. She makes her own money, but she hasn't been as successful in love. But she has these very high standards of, what she thinks that the man in her life is supposed to look like, supposed to be, supposed to do. And the person that she winds up falling in love with is some of those things. But as far as being the ideal man for her, he's not. So one of the things I say about the book is we don't get to choose who we fall in love with, but we do get to choose who we stay with. Because she fell in love with this man knowing all of the baggage that he came with and knowing her standards and her morals, and she couldn't help herself from progressing in the relationship. But at the same time, when do you say enough is enough? Right? So the book goes through their relationship and all of the collateral damage that it causes and how a lot of times relationships are learned behavior. So the book talks about what she saw growing up from her parents. It talks about what the guy experienced from his parents, and then, the supporting characters as well. So, it's really about relationships, and it is a novel and it's very steamy, of course, it has the intimate scenes in it, but there's a greater message in it that we as adults have to be, especially when children are involved, we have to be very aware of the type of relationships we enter into, because we are our children's first point of reference when it comes time for them to get into relationships. And I heard you speaking earlier about your parents being married for over 4 decades.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will weigh heavy in when you are going into a relationship and you look back on some of the things that your parents did and you say, oh, I don't want to do that, or I want to be just like that. Right.
Right.
So the book talks about that as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I can't visualize a steamy cover like this with my parents, but but I definitely agree with you. So the characters in the book, are these real people? Is Cammie a real person?
Cammie is a real person in the sense that Cammie is every woman.
Okay.
Is she patterned after one particular person? No. But every woman that has read the book tells me that they can relate to Cammie. Okay. So in that sense, yeah, she is real. So
then in that instance, I guess all men can relate to Matt.
All men can relate to Matt, yes. Matt is doing the best he can with the tools he was given.
He worketh with what he haveth.
Right, exactly. Exactly, right? So, I mean, yeah, all men can relate to Matt. All men can relate to Paul. You know, all men can relate to Matt's dad. Because if they haven't been in that situation, they know someone who has been in that situation, who's been, you know, caught up in the drug epidemic and was incarcerated for a number of years and had to leave their family and, you know, things of that nature. So there's someone in the book that anybody can relate to.
Right.
Yeah.
So you released this book. People can get this on Amazon.
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website, LatimaNicole.com. Yes.
You're very active on social media.
Very active to a fault sometimes, but yes.
So that's good. How can people reach you on social media?
LatimaNicole on Twitter, LatimaNicole1 on Instagram, and LatimaNicole on Facebook.
Are you going to be at the African American Authors Expo October 7th?
Absolutely. I cannot wait. This is my first event down here in Baltimore. Okay. So I am so excited to meet new people and to be embraced by Baltimore.
Yeah, you know? Baltimore is an embracing city.
I always carry New York on my back, but
you do. I could tell. You Giants fan? Are you? No football?
No,
because you can't be a Jets fan. There are no Jets fans, so you must be.
Well.
You're a Jets fan?
I'm not a sports fan.
Okay,
I'm just gonna say that. But growing up, Jets and Knicks
okay.
were the teams in my household.
So it was a sad state of affairs.
Well, back then, no.
Well, no, Knicks was doing their thing.
Yeah, back then, but now
it has been extinguished. The flame is out. Flame is out.
Yeah, New York, we got to do better.
No, but yeah, I think things are going to turn around for you. So, of course, ladies definitely, will love your book.
And, men love my book as well. I had a young lady who I had did a pop-up shop with. And she had the book laying around. And her dad started reading the book.
Because he saw the cover.
Because he saw the cover, right? And when I got to the pop-up shop, he was there. And he said, I had to come over and meet the young lady who wrote this book. This book is awesome. And I said, you read it?
How old was he?
This man was in his 60s.
Okay.
He said,
Shout out to him.
I'm retired now, and all I do is sit around the house. And I kept seeing this book on the table, and I said, I'm going to read it. And I finished it in a day. I said, wow, okay. And then I had another young lady who told me that her and her boyfriend would lay in the bed and read the book together. So men are really gravitating toward the book, which is a good thing, because I didn't want to put labels on the book. You know, they say chick lit or
because that's initially
novels.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't want to do that. I wanted anybody to be able to, because anybody can relate to it. So to have the support of the men, it is just awesome.
That is good, because a lot of times we will bash stuff that we feel this could be on. I don't know what is that channel that y'all watch? Lifetime, or you know what I mean, or something like. No. And you're like, oh my God, is it? No, but this just definitely doesn't seem that narrowly focused.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, so that's good.
I am very careful not to make it a male bashing novel.
That's important out here.
That's very important. I think our brothers get a lot of heat.
We get a lot.
We don't need to bash them.
We get it from the police already, and we got to get it from women too.
Right, right. You know, now don't get me wrong.
Got to brother some slack.
Behind closed doors, I will.
Yeah, well, it might be necessary.
Lashes, sure. But, you know, in public, we're going to have a united front.
That's important.
Yeah, I think that's very important, you know. So, yeah, men, please don't be afraid. Go and get the book and start the dialogue with your lady so that you can have that conversation and strengthen your relationship. So,
again, paperback and Kindle versions available.
Yes, available, yeah.
Okay. When You Love Somebody.
When You Love Somebody.
Anything else you want to share with us about the book, or anything else?
Yeah, I think that although it is fiction, like I said, it's very relatable. And again, you know, I've been doing the radios and, you know, the media, you know, promoting the book. And I think it's important that we start to focus on our family again. And I think that this book will help start the conversation so that we can get our families back intact. And the quote unquote westernized ideal of what a family looks like may not work for all of us. Mm-hmm. So those are things that you need to take into consideration when you're talking about family and you're talking about relationships.
So you're saying, in other words, that there's nothing wrong with what R. Kelly's doing with all of these girls that he's having, because it's not traditional.
I don't know what R. Kelly
He has like six young girls, women, that are just like his girlfriends, and they're just kind of like positioned throughout the country, and he just kind of rolls through sometimes. That's not traditional.
Okay.
I get you. But not that. But You'll be more specific what you mean. When you say the white picket fence type thing.
Right. You know, the husband, the wife, the 3.5 kids. You know, that's not really a reality for a lot of us. Some of us are, you know, with a person and could be with that person for 20 years and never get married. You know, we have the idea now of blended families. You know, a lot of times when you get with someone, they already have children. You may already have children. You know, so sometimes we have to go outside of what is considered to be the norm to find our happiness in a family. Mm-hmm. You know, there are situations that I've come across, you know, in doing research as far as relationships and family structure and stuff, where you have sister wives. I don't know if that's for me.
What's a sister wife?
A sister wife would be where there's a man who has more than one spouse.
Okay, so it's sort of like the R. Kelly thing. What do you mean? So they're but he doesn't live in the house with these women. So
right.
So you're saying
this man is the head of the household, and he might have 2 or 3 wives that live with them. And these wives coexist and they raise their children together.
Oh, that is different then. Okay.
Yeah, and they're a part of a familial unit.
Okay. So he has to be able to afford this luxury.
Right.
I don't think it's a luxury actually, because
I think it's a headache.
I've had one woman mad at me many times.
Right.
But can you imagine 2 women or 3, multiple kids mad at you, multiple women mad at you in this house?
Because
that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
It's only 24 hours in a day.
Sure.
You know, and how do you juggle
and where do you sleep? Like,
I mean, there has to be like a Monday, Tuesday.
Like, which room do you sleep in?
I don't know. I personally,
who makes the food?
I'm not gonna knock it because I've never experienced it, but it's out there.
Yeah, it is.
And then you have the situation where it's reversed, and you have the woman who has more than one husband.
No, this happens?
Yes.
My Lord.
I think the term is polyamorous.
It's Amber Rose. It's I'm slut shaming.
There's polygamy and then there's something, but it starts with a P. I'm not exactly sure.
Freaks.
Don't quote me.
Starts with an F. Freaks.
These are collective families.
Yeah.
And they come together with the common goal of raising their children as a collective.
Mm.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
Yeah.
But it's out there. And they seem to be happy and they seem to be thriving. So
I love to speak with one of these people.
Okay.
Yes. If you're out there, djdiamondk@gmail.com.
Hit DJ Diamond K up. Yeah, there are. You just do some research. And there was a video that actually came across my Facebook a couple of days ago, and the young lady was out in the field and discussing, her lifestyle, and she was saying that you have these situations where your man is cheating on you with another woman and you don't know, and in this situation everybody knows what is going on.
Right.
All of the resources are being pooled to support the family. It's not just my child, my husband, it's ours. Everything is theirs, together collectively, and that works for them.
Yeah, I mean, if it works. If it works, who am I to judge you?
Exactly.
Said person. But when you love somebody is the book.
Is the book.
It is available now. Amazon.com, Kindle and paperback.
LatimaNicole.com.
Website and social media.
LatimaNicole on Twitter, LatimaNicole1 on Instagram, and LatimaNicole on Facebook.
Wonderful. And for people in the Baltimore area, they'll be able to come out and meet you October 7th.
October 7th.
Morgan State University for the African American Authors Expo.
Yes.
So you're going to be in the place and signing books and shaking hands and kissing babies and, shaking hands.
I'll be shaking hands. I don't do the kissing thing.
No kissing babies?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. So definitely thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
This was such a blast. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk some entertainment news. I'm going to do some pictures and thank you. All right. We'll be back after this.